During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking egg.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our show. It's the Revenge of the Cis program.
I purposely torpedoed him right before he had to talk.
Well, I really did play it up, though.
Yeah, you did.
He basically said, you can't say the N-word.
Yes,
Remember, right as we went live.
Right as we went live. You don't want to
I
forget.
had to jokingly act like I could not physically think of any other word.
That's the only word he could think of.
He changed our whole opening monologue, though, so yeah. So I guess I can't talk about that. Did you see the picture of President Trump, the Easter Bunny? That was adorable.
No.
You
No,
know,
I haven't seen it,
Him
no.
and Melania came out on the balcony with like an Easter bunny.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry, were you expecting Reese's Pieces eggs? Well, too bad. You got an Easter gift already. Record low unemployment for blacks. And then he just went back inside.
So,
Also, I gave you some Reese's eggs. Just kidding. See, I had to
can
turn it around on you.
somebody in the chat room heard you guys were beefing with Chris B. Can I tell you something real quick about the Chris? By the way, we've gotten a lot of love for the Chris B interview.
He really grew on me, and I mean that unironically.
Well, he must have liked the interview because he posted it on his Facebook. And now, Mike, let me tell you what's happening because you don't know that this is happening. You just got back. I'm getting messages from other rappers that are his friends going, "Hey man, I'd love to be on your show too, dog."
Bro, we should become.
Yes.
Check it out. Hear me out on this. I got a pitch.
Okay.
We become the no jumper for cringe white rappers.
Well, let's do it. It'd be amazing.
Could we do like can we make our show one episode a week into an ironic no jumper?
Yeah, we could do it. I'm
I'll
down.
draw fake face tattoos on me with pen. It'd
Well-
be like, yeah, nah, dog, I know what you're saying, man. Like out here in these streets.
And we got to get him in the cipher. I want everyone to freestyle. I want all of them to freestyle.
And they could be like, yo, man, out in these streets, right? I'm with you, dog. Like, I know this street stuff. And they're going to be like, you live in a $2 million condo in Malibu.
So that's
awesome. Let's put them on. Let's be like the source.
I'm down. I'm all in.
The source for terribleness. But I really do. I have to say that I unironically, by the end of it, I was like, I can't hate this guy.
No, I didn't
It's
hate him at
just
the end
like
either.
him.
I agree. I didn't hate him at the end either.
You know, there's just some people, maybe we're getting older and we're getting softer.
I think that's what it is.
But we turn around on people now. It's not like the old days where we were like, remember the old days? We would be really brutal to somebody and then completely block them on every platform and just like, no, that never happened. We used to be way more
really
heartless.
mean.
But now it's like, at the end, you're like, all right, you're a good guy. Try your Instagram.
Have fun.
Let's do it.
Before you say we've gotten better in our old age, I refer you to the Mall of America balcony bit we did.
Where some person did something.
Oh, speaking of, before we even get into anything else, Jesus Christ, what happened in Sri Lanka? Like, was it 7 bombs went off?
6. Still, it's like this. At that point, does it matter?
No.
6, 10, 15 at that point.
I heard they found one at an airport that didn't go off.
Okay.
So I guess they had 7 planned, but 6 went off.
6 went off. A lot of people. I mean, last I checked, it was like 190 people dead. I'm sure it's much
They're
more
saying
than
9. They're saying 9 bombs. As fresh as a few people are saying 9.
Yeah, and I love how everybody immediately were like, Islam, we gotta get the Islam. And you're like, this actually, Sri Lanka is one of those weird countries where you need to chill and wait.
No, it was Muslim, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it's already come out.
That's fine, but there's other,
Yeah.
like, that's one of those countries where even the Buddhists don't fucking play around. So I was kind of like, oh no.
290 people dead. 290 people dead. And it was definitely Muslims.
Well,
For
it
sure,
was, this is just the way it's going to be, I guess, forever. It's just eye for an eye forever. Because, I mean, like, you can't... People are going to use this to retroactively, like, justify, like, the Christchurch shooting.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I mean? Like, the way they did it with, like, and it's like, no. It's like, you need to cut the shit. And you also need to cut the shit. You need to cut the shit. So it's like this is going to be a cycle of just retaliation and blaming, and it's always going to be, but they're the fucking ones that do, and then they're the fucking one. And you're like, oh, yeah, I get it, but maybe stop killing children with bombs. You know, like you'd think that would be a reasonable request.
So yeah, 200 and some odd people. It was a lot of people. It is funny that you got to admit, considering both of them were international incidents, considering both of the things didn't happen in the U.S., the media really didn't cover, and even today, if you watch the news, didn't cover the Sri Lanka thing nearly as much as the New Zealand thing. That is a fact.
Well, some Easter worshippers got harmed. So it's, of course, our prayers and our thoughts go out to these Easter worshippers who were harmed and hurt, and otherwise
I was
inconvenient. Can we go with inconvenient? All right, so some Easter worshippers were horrendously inconvenienced during this weekend. Is that better? See, I'm doing even better than you, media.
I was so fucking pissed. So this is what Hillary Clinton wrote, pretended in a shrieking voice. On this holy weekend for many faiths, we must stand united against hatred and violence. I'm praying for everyone affected by today's horrific attacks on Easter worshippers and travelers in Sri Lanka. Barack Obama. The attack on tourists and Easter worshippers in Sri Lanka are an attack on the humanity on a day devoted to love, redemption, and renewal. We pray for the victims and stand with the people of Sri Lanka. You mean Christians, man? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say? Because this is the reason people are mad, because this is what he wrote. Barack Obama wrote about New Zealand. Michelle and I send our condolences to the people of New Zealand. We grieve with you and the Muslim community. All of us must stand against hatred in all forms.
In all forms there, Barry?
In all forms.
Look, these are extremely carefully selected words, and there's a reason why you always hear these goddamn robot globalist cunts say the same terms of phrase, because it's not a coincidence.
Right.
It's not a coincidence. Royce and I, we're practically like brothers. We've known each other so long. We know each other. We're literally probably close with him. I am my own family. Mm-hmm. If something happens and we both tweeted about it at the same time, we would both have entirely different ways of saying and
of
phrasing
course.
shit.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't consult with some PR guy that goes, we're calling them Easter worshippers.
Did you see how many? That wasn't just two. Did you see how many verified check marks were saying Easter worshippers?
But they always do this. And they always do this. And it's like somebody comes, it's like funny when they go, globalist conspiracy? Right. And it's like, but you guys all go to like one or two dudes to get all of your, this is what we're doing. This is how we're saying it. And you're like, yes, sir. And can I have my blue check mark, sir? And that's all it is.
While the bombs were still going off, this is what Washington Post posted. Analysis: Sri Lanka church bombing stoke far-right anger in the West. If you want to see the reactions,
are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-mm. This was, look at the date. This was, oh no, this is today. Okay, this is literally less than 24 hours after it happened.
I'm extremely upset about this right now.
Yeah.
Out of all the things,
this is
the most egregious thing I've seen about this whole thing.
This is what Washington Post is saying: Christianity under attack. Sri Lanka church bombing stoke far right. Whatever. I'm not even going to give it the dignity of reading it, But I just want to point out.
Clearly, this fucking attack, 9 fucking bombs, hundreds of people dead. Clearly, this is the right wing's fault. Because if there's one thing that the right wing loves more than anything, it's murdering Christians.
Yeah.
Like you. Wow, man. That's like the kind of thing you would see written sarcastically.
So, here's another one that I wanted to point out. This guy is Andy West. Now, let me explain who Andy West is before we even read this.
Oh, stand your ground guy. Yeah, he was.
And
had his buddy pull guns out and.
Andy West, presenter, voice, artist, PR, writer, and journalist. He doesn't look Puerto Rican. Andy West. This is what he wrote. This is 5:41 a.m., April 21st. Okay. There is no excuse for terror attacks against innocent people, but as a journalist, I saw Western Christian missionaries unscrupulously converting Buddhist orphans for food and shelter after the Asian tsunami. Don't send your prayers. Hashtag Sri Lanka blast.
Why?
He's fierce, though. Look how fierce he is. Look how fierce he is.
That is
homosexual man. Yes.
That's an overwhelmingly punchable face.
Oh yeah,
You know, you're like,
that's next level punchable.
like that's the kind of guy I could be friends with him.
Which one? Okay.
I still want to punch him in his face.
There's 5 pictures. Okay.
Middle one, obviously.
Middle one. Okay. Damn, that's what I was
Middle
gonna
one.
say.
No, that's like surveyed 100 people and there's only one answer on the board.
Middle one is the fucking absolute
second
worst.
from right is the second worst. That's the second most offensive. Then the one all the way to the left. Then the one in next to the left, and then the right is probably the last infuriating one.
So yes, that's what this gentleman.
But it's like, is the rest of our life just going to consist of hearing people's bitter, angry, miserable, nihilistic hot takes? Because it's all I see now. It's like who can have the spiciest take?
Yeah, that is what it is.
And it's like it's fucking whatever, man.
Makes
me furious.
Super chat here. Spencer $5 didn't say anything. Ryan Abbott $2. You guys talk shit about Owen, yet are almost same. I guess he meant to say almost the same.
Okay, Ryan, banned. You're banned for life,
man.
Shut up, faggot.
Don't be an idiot.
Thanks for the money, though.
Stupid idiot, dumbass. Whoa!
You know what I'm gonna do tonight? Because it's $2, right? What? Is it breaking news?
No. We just got a big donation, but do what you need to do first.
No, I was gonna say with this Ryan guy, what we do, right, is since it's 50-50 company, I'm gonna take one of the dollars. I'm gonna take it out of my pocket because we're gonna pay ourselves, whatever, at some point. I'm gonna take $1 out of my pocket and I'm going to throw it in the garbage tonight.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Fuck you and fuck your money, Ryan. How about that? How you like them apples?
Raul Duke says Andy West looks like Mersh with AIDS.
And better. You know what? 10 years ago, Mersh looked like Mersh with AIDS. So, hey, growth. It's important.
From Filipino Shay, who's back from his sabbatical from social media, $200 donation.
Jesus, man.
Well, that's exactly what he said. His message was John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
And that is, by the way, unironic, probably the best Christian we have anywhere around here.
No, yeah, for real.
Filipino Shay. Filipino Shay was gone, I believe, for Lent. I don't know if we're allowed to sell people, but I think, no, he was publicly posting about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he vanished, and we were legit worried about him because we love him. And but we reached out like a few weeks ago, and I think he like snuck around for like 1 minute and was like, yeah, I'm fine. Just
let me alone.
Doing Lent. And then he disappeared again. But I was like, all right. And he was the only person in years that I've reached out to and ended up less concerned by the end of it than more. You're like, oh, that sounds actually pretty
cool, man.
It actually sounds pretty rad. God bless.
Well,
it's good to have you back, buddy.
Mike, I think I'm going to do the same thing Filipino Shay did, except not under my own accord. I got a 30-day ban from Facebook. It's a 30-day ban.
That's not anything like what he did.
Yeah, no, it's basically the same thing. I'm sacrificing myself from Facebook.
So that's your thing now.
Yeah.
You're just like the...
I'm better, if anything. If anything, better.
Why? Because you didn't even have a choice in the matter?
I didn't have a choice.
So you're being forced.
I was being forced to do this. Try that, bud.
You hear that, guys?
Talk to me then.
And by the way, I was thinking about this over the weekend, right? Because I was thinking about what I do for a living, and I was trying to explain it to people.
Pull the mic a little bit.
I was explaining to people what I do for a living, because this is hard. And then by the end, I kind of reached the conclusion this weekend that, when you think about it, what did Jesus do, right? But travel around, gather crowds, speak honestly, criticize Jews, and kind of live off of the land and charity.
Yeah.
So basically, I am sort of like Jesus.
No. I think we've suffered more.
Yeah. Yeah, far more. Clearly.
Far more.
The postmodern world is far more.
This is way worse.
But as your new savior, because again, it's just like, you can call me Jesus Christ Super Chat. What do you think of that?
I love that. I love that. That's great.
Can it be Jesus Christ Super Chat? I'm sorry, Filipino Shay. You come right back, and it's pure blasphemy. I'm sorry.
I've always thought that I would like to think God has a sense of humor. I really do. I mean, I honestly believe that in my heart. I think God has to have a sense of humor, right?
You look around.
I mean, look at Africa.
There's literally proof every day that God has a sense of humor. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think that God is making it his business to ban all the funny motherfuckers.
Email Gal Gringo 199 says garbage nihilistic humor. Look, guys, if you want to keep paying us to make fun of us, we are fucking fine with that.
Yeah, you guys want to hear my hot take about school shootings? You guys want to get spicy today? Come on, I'll go full heel turn on you.
Columbine.
I'll go Rowdy Roddy Piper. I'll get blackface. Half blackface.
Half blackface.
Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do to you? Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Spencer Lander says, can you please roast Adam Conver on Rogan? Oh, don't worry. I got that.
We got that lined
It's
up.
loaded. It's loaded in the barrel. We will get to it this episode. I promise you we will get to it this episode. But yeah, I was banned from Facebook for 30 days. Now, I'm going to show you what I was banned for first off, but I want to preface this real quick. I wasn't really banned because of the post that I made. I was really banned because I made the mistake of pissing off a bunch of pagans.
Oh, the biker gang? That's scary.
No,
you should probably move.
No, biker gang. Those are actually intimidating. Oh. So this is what I got.
Those pagans.
I posted this picture of Caitlin Bennett. Her tweet, and it was her out in the snow with a gun going, so much for global warming, or something dumb like that. And all I wrote was, I hate this attention-seeking trad thought. Now, that post was up for a while, no one did anything. But what happens is when people get mad at you on Facebook, they'll go back and and Mike, of course, it's happened to you too, they'll just report everything you've ever posted. So yesterday, former friend of the show, I guess I could say that now, former friend of the show, Dave Martell.
What happened? And that was why. The thing is, I was out in Tampa this weekend, and I was just like, I didn't get involved because I saw it. I was doing other shit, and I was like, yeah, boy, I'll come back to this. I'm sure I'm gonna come back to a shit show. But yeah, you boys were going out. In your defense, though, from what I observed, and I only saw this casually, you were talking a little shit, but like he sort of made it personal right away.
Yeah, right away,
which was kind of weird.
Well, what I was doing was I was joking. Like, obviously, that's what I was doing. I was fucking around. So I woke up Easter morning, and what I saw was, because of the kind of friends that we have and the people, I would say about 10% of my timeline was pagans saying, actually, Easter's a pagan holiday. So, of course, I wrote on Facebook, I just wrote, this is all I wrote, shut up, pagan. No one cares what you think of Easter. That's it. Then Dave immediately pops up in my timeline for that when he writes edgy.
Well, he has a Google alert set to pagan.
Yeah.
So you know.
So he writes edgy, and he was clearly not happy with me. So then he started, then he wrote something on his wall and he started going after me. And then I wrote this, and this is when he really got mad. I go, so some people were upset at my previous post about pagans. I want to clarify. I think it is a stupid religion that worships Vikings and think they're basically Thor. I want to reiterate, if you're a pagan and I offend you, good. I don't think the sons of Odin should be so easily triggered. Happy Easter. That's where Mr. Dave Martell got really, 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 really mad at me. And I wouldn't expect a mestizo, am I saying it right? Mestizo?
Yeah.
Mestizo?
Yeah.
To have an affinity for white ancestors. So basically means, let me translate, I wouldn't think a spick would appreciate white things.
That's kind of...
Pretty much, if you break it down.
Yeah.
If you break it down. And of course I said, and there it is, folks, we was kangs for white people, because that's what it is. Now, this is where I was like, are you fucking serious? He wrote, the safe, prosperous society you live in, you're welcome. Dan, this is what I said. Dave, let me explain something to you, Dave.
Wait, so I gotta, because I have to be, since I'm an individualist, sort of, like,
of
when
course,
it comes to, so Dave built society.
Yeah, he says it. He says, you're welcome. So then I said, yeah, Dave, I'm sure your 1776 American flag ass is why I live in a house. Stop it. It's embarrassing. And this is true, because if you've ever heard Dave, I go, Dave Martell, we shouldn't have to pay reparations for what our ancestors did, but we should be thanked for what they did. And then I wrote, pick a lane, Thor.
By the way, Pol Pot in the chat says, you should be grateful for the safe society you live in, but they live in Florida.
Yeah. That's actually very funny. Thank you.
What safe society? This is a war zone, sir.
Get
It's a hot fucking malaria mosquito carrying fucking West Nile virus alligators fucking hellhole.
So, him and then his little fucking pagan crew, all 10 of them, he said something to the effect like, there's 2 million of us and growing, which my reply was, there's more trans people than there are pagans.
There's more trans children than there are pagans.
So what that's not an impressive number, dude.
Yeah.
And by the way, to be clear, paganism, and Mike and I were talking about it off air, but paganism is a mishmash of all these belief systems before the big 3 showed up. That's what it is. It's a mishmash of all this stuff. Now, when 10 years ago, people that would claim that they were pagan would be fat chicks that worked at Hot Topic.
Of course, yeah, the witches.
The witches. But now it's become co-opted by white culture people, where everybody that's a pagan now, modern paganism, as I like to call it, we were Vikings, is just turned into these people that honestly thinks they have blood of Vikings in them. When, bitch, you work at an AutoZone. You're not. I don't proclaim to be special. Like, I don't go around touting the accomplishments of Ponce de Leon. You know what I mean?
First of all, it's a Pep Boys, and I get a 401k.
Oh, I apologize,
and
sir.
I put 8 cents a week into it.
I apologize.
I'm sorry. Nope. Correction. 8 cents every 2 weeks. I forgot we get paid every.
Yeah. Does your health insurance cover the Suboxone?
It does not.
Okay. Well, then there you go.
Why do you have some?
or even stronger stuff is fine.
Hey, girl, we got any Suboxone back there?
I'm fucking shaking.
Damn it, Earl.
So these pagans are really, really mad at me. And then he said something to the effect of, that's why they don't build libraries in Hispanic communities. And I'm like, first off, Dave, it's 2019. Who needs a homeless bathroom to go and fucking learn anything?
Yeah. Secondly, I'm pretty sure there's libraries in California.
Yeah, and then
New Mexico and Arizona and Nevada and New York.
Where do you think those Hispanic people get Wi-Fi? You idiot!
So goddamn slow.
And then they complain.
Those 2 apartment buildings around here.
Yeah, and they all have uTorrent open, so I don't know what to tell you.
And they're all YouTubers too.
Yes, I don't know what to tell you.
I just want to check my email.
Hey, Samaria, turn it off!
No. Oh no.
What? So anyway, she's living a happy life, according to her Facebook post.
Yeah. One thing I've learned is that when a girl posts a lot,
more like Pat Thick. That's what I heard.
Sorry. The thing about girls who post a lot about how happy they are is that they are, and they are living their best life.
Of course, the best life ever. So anyway, So then I also said in, because he said, they don't. That's why they don't build libraries in Hispanic neighborhoods. I go, yeah. Well, when are they going to build a broadcasting school in yours? Because that's where I hit him hard. That's when I started going, fuck you, man. And then that's when he became the victim. Then he goes, I had you guys when you were coming up. I had you on my Facebook page, and I let you guys be on there. And I thought we were cool. You didn't have a problem when you were on my show. And I was like, first off, let me be clear. You invited us on your Facebook page, not the other way around. And secondly, up until you started spurging out over my pagan joke, I didn't have a problem with you, Dave. You came at me hard over a religion that thinks that Loki is real. I'm sorry. So then I made this meme. I go, anyone wearing this has a 110% chance of ruining your holiday. This also got people really mad at me. They honestly think that they're fucking riding around in a Viking ship with head tattoos.
Yeah, they don't really too. That's the thing. Like pagans and heathens and all that. It's literally, it's like you have Christianity, you have Islam, you have Judaism, you have Buddhism, you have Hindu. There's a bunch of major religions, and then everything else is categorized under pagan. So it's like it's just whatever, man.
Yeah, I would say there's the main three, but then there's a good 6 legit ones, maybe 7 legit ones, but after that it's just it's fucking clown stuff. And your blood doesn't come from, that's what I was saying it this morning. It's like, do you think I go around going, Ponce de Leon is in my blood?
You should.
I am an explorer.
You gotta get one of them hats with a feather in it.
I am an explorer.
If you had a hat with a feather in it in 2019 looking the way you do, the cops would just pull you over all the time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Everything in your car.
I think I'm
Are you a pimp or a drug dealer? Which
Pick one.
You're like, Ponce de Leon! And then they go, it's Florida. You're a pro wrestler, right? You're practicing your gimmick. Good for you.
It's any religion available in Sin 5 is legit. All other are pagans. Okay, that's very good. That is awesome.
That's hilarious, and that needs to be a rule.
Yes, I'm in.
Can we make that a rule?
That
Who
is
said
a rule.
that?
That is a
That's
rule.
probably the best thing I've heard in a long time. Who the fuck said that?
Somebody goes, why aren't you out there looking for the fountain of youth? Isn't it clear I already found it?
Whoever said that, out yourself now, so I can cut your head off and get your powers like fucking like the Highlander.
Sofa King Kong.
That was very funny.
Sofa King Kong.
Anything you can't pick in Civ 5.
That's it. So
if you did have, because I know in those games you can do mods, somebody should make a mod for Civilization where you can have the pagan religion, right? Mm-hmm. And then you go, when your missionaries go and they spread the religion all throughout the lands, you just basically, the power that it gives you is that everybody in your city becomes lazy wiggers.
So, somebody says Royce Quixote. Okay, well, I'll take that.
That's probably dope.
No, but it's stop it, man. Stop latching onto something. It's religious ethno-state. That's what it is. It's a really, because you know what I don't see a lot of black modern pagans rocking around there. It's always, and it's the same thing. By the way, Dave, something else, because I want to make sure I get this off my chest. By the way, fucking Dave, we talked about it on this show. I'm done with 1488ing. I'm a 1776er now. Flashpan 3 months later, the moment you make fun of pagans, you fucking spics aren't welcome in my community. Oh, okay, so now you're a 1488er again, Dave?
It wasn't. It's not even that, because he's been 1488ing it up. Right. With these, with Invictus and all these, the guys. Remember all the heel turn guys that broke off and scattered.
The guys that have to make names like they're warriors when they're really just fucking losers. Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
So those guys are where he's at. So of course he has to go back to. But yeah, I remember you were talking about the long poses that fucking I jumped on and LA Werewolf jumped on, and we were all just breaking his balls.
Right.
But I believe he said something like, I got to start, sort of separating myself from the alt-right. I need to go back to my 1776 roots, and that's why I'm going to be, changing my ways. And then I think it was L.A. Werewolf that literally wrote copy pasta exactly what he said, but he only changed a few things. So he's like, hey, guys, I'm going to be moving away from the alt-right, and as a cuck, I'm going to be going back to my 1865 roots. Like, literally the year slavery was abolished. Like, he went so hard on fucking Dave by the end. I was like, Jesus, Frank, like, we all like to break balls, but for fuck's sake. So I do remember the big announcement of, like, no more of this, because I'll look out for my family, and I can't have that, you know, with my family, my life, I gotta have positivity. And then immediately, like, now he's back to like, you fucking respect. You're like, what the fuck? Oh, you're back to that now? Oh, because that's who's tuning in, huh?
N-word salesman says, free super chat, nice. Check out Cumtown. Yeah, we're all very aware of Cumtown. Trust me.
Trust me. I've been converting the faithful.
Trust me.
For a long time.
You don't have to worry about us. We like Cumtown. Ghost a la carte. I put my brown PP in a white girlfriend, and now we're expecting a mocha baby. Sorry for your loss, Mersh. Your people will not be missed. All right. I mean, cool.
That's fine.
It's fine. I don't care if I missed. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? Right?
And?
What am I going to do? Go find an Irish broad to fucking...
Yeah, seriously.
To remain pure and then have kids look like Conan O'Brien and nobody wants to fuck? No. It's not how it works.
Hey, at least Conan's still with his wife, unlike Andy. Yeah. It's fucking apartment cooking with Andy Richter.
Guys, I love my new apartment. It's fucking awesome.
Apartment cooking.
I can't wait till he's on Conan with the stubble. Mm-hmm. And the fucking when his suits start looking more wrinkly and he's like got stubble, you're gonna be like, old Andy's been fucking drinking. He's sad.
I love when there's old school ONA fans in the chat. Freeze goes, Augustus Invictus is really Paul R. Nelson. Paul R. Nelson.
He's just a fucking alt-right Paul R. Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's down upon Paul R. Nelson.
Jesus Christ.
And I want to move all the Jews out of the country. I'm Paul R. Nelson.
I don't understand these fucking pagan people, too. They give themselves these Viking names or these, like, fucking... Shut up.
Roman names.
Yeah, Roman names or these dumb names. Like, shut up.
That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, the fucking... They always have... Well, it's not just that. It's all the YouTubers have fake, like, these weird names, and some of them wear fucking Phantom of the Opera masks, and you're like, what are you doing, guy? Like, and then people listen to him. That's the best part. People be like, oh, yeah, right, whatever. Those guys are heroes. And I'm like, yeah, where does he live? What's he do? You know anything about this guy you just fucking vouched for? At least you can find my name. You can run my record. You can see what I've done. You can see the good and the bad I've done. Very easy to find out.
Roberto Orcosco says, I'm Romanicus Johnson.
Yeah, it's always that, though.
I'm Lion Tamer Rodriguez from now on. You get it? We all need cool names. Mike, you need some sort of Irish power name. What's a good Celtic name for you? Seamus.
I'm gonna be Invictus Aurelius. That's just these dumb things they say.
I know. You know what? You know they get their name off of old coins.
No, you know what? I'm going to be Commodus Aurelius. There you go. The fourth for no reason.
Fine.
Because I got to have Roman numerals in that bitch. If you're going to have a name, nigga, get some. If you have a Roman name, nigga, get some Roman numerals up in that bitch.
I got one. From now on, I'll be known as Compact Presario. That's my name from now on.
Yes.
Scootsy Zimbabwe. There's people. Augustus Snuffleupagus.
My name is going to be, let me think, Marcus Dream Castius.
Nick Pepper says, I'm now going to be Packard Bell. Packard Bell. All these companies aren't using the names anymore. We're going to take them.
I like it.
Oh, fuck.
What do you think of the name GameCube Augustus?
I love it. Huh? That's fucking amazing. All right, man, come on. Take their name seriously, okay? Someone, Frozen goes, Brutus Beefcakeus. Suffoking goes, Larpington McGason. That's my favorite so far. All right, come on, man.
What about Emperor Nero Xanthrak?
Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
Like heartburn medicine, but
I love it.
You're all a joke.
Yeah, stop with your dumb names, you
know
dumb
what my
idiots.
name is? Mike Sheely.
I'm Royce Lopez.
This is Royce Lopez.
That's my name.
Now, granted, he does hide behind being in Florida, and good luck finding Royce Lopez. But yeah, Mike Sheely. Yeah,
Needle and haystack.
It really is.
Yeah.
Royce, what was that again?
Lopez? 50 million results.
Every hotel you go to in Miami, it's like, I don't know. Why did we get the presidential suite? This is weird, right? And then later on, some angry guy named Royce Lopez is going to be banging on your door.
Where's my...
Hey, you took my presidential suite. It's me honeymoon. It's me esposa. It's a honeymoon.
I'm eating his chocolate-covered strawberries as he's at the door. I thought these were for me.
Well, I mean, I don't drink, so I didn't open the champagne. You start tiptoeing out. I'm sorry.
You want to keep the strawberry? You start closing up the crinkly wrapping paper loud.
Slowly, too. Taking your time until they're just like, and go! Okay, sorry. I was trying to help.
Also, the toilet doesn't flush anymore. Okay, bye.
It's the last thing you run.
The Moon says, $5. I was lucky to get off work early to watch ROTC Live. Thank you, Moon.
We're sorry that it's so terrible.
We do apologize.
Sorry. Sorry it's so low effort.
Yeah. Sorry we're not trying. All right. You want to move on from all the fucking pagans?
Again, not the bikers, right?
No, not the bikers.
As long as we're not fighting with the biker gang.
Bone CK says, check it out now. I'm Paul R. Nelson. Jews get out. I'm Paul R. Nelson.
That's what I mean. I'm Paul R. Nelson, and I like fascism.
All right, we get it.
Paul R. Nelson. The postmodern world is bad. Paul R. Nelson says, read Evola.
All right.
Oh, no.
He's looking good.
He is
not looking great. Good. The old Big Bear.
Can I also, just for comparison's sake, Royce knows me very well. You wouldn't describe me as a health nut.
No, furthest thing from.
I'm known to be a guy who generally burns the candle at both ends all the time and doesn't live a healthy lifestyle. I'm aging considerably better than this man.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, it almost makes me wonder if I hadn't squandered my whole life and tried to be a good non-smoking, healthy person who does push-ups. What a goddamn Adonis I'd be. But this man is not looking good.
Somebody goes, Owen in the house. Well, there's a reason Owen's in the house, and you're going to find out why. This is from Easter Sunday.
So there isn't that many people, and I can see what songs you guys want to hear. Happy Easter.
He sounds...
Christ is risen.
So happy, right? That's a happy guy.
$5 from Robbie Don't Care. Do you find it risible when I say the name Biggest Dickus? Amen. Whatever name you want. That's a good one. All right, let's see.
This man is
I had a great morning with my family. Me and my son played on the trampoline a lot.
Did you?
They're now at an Easter egg hunt for chocolate. It'll go for hours. And it was best that I just hung back, did work. It's more in my nature. I had a great family time. Then we'll have a great family dinner. But all the chocolate stuff, there's always... I'll just start talking to people about, the moon and whatnot.
Owen, man, you're not past the moon stuff yet? I mean, that's kind of... So...
God, inshallah, it was 1 week left. There's 1 week left, and God damn it, he is pushing it. Oh, my God. Like... Give me this.
He is. It's better for him because he can't go to Easter Sunday with his with his in-laws because of the moon.
There is no way to spin that as a good thing. I told Royce that earlier. I was like, yo, if you came back from out of town without your wife
on Easter,
after I knew you were going on a holy holiday to go visit them, and you just came back, and we're like, dude, we just thought it was best. I would immediately, because the family hates you, don't they? There's something you did something, or somebody else did something that you got so angry, but something happened. There's a divide. But he's like, nah, man, we're on the same page. They're eating dinner without you, Owen.
Roscoe Truman, 1499. Keep it up, guys. Thank you, Roscoe.
And I just would rather stay away from that situation. I explained to my son this morning that it's not about chocolate. It's, some really bad men. I didn't say Jews. I'm not going to bring up any of that until he's old enough to get loans.
Yeah, I'm sure. You're going to raise him for 18 years to not say, you're not going to pump Jew shit into his head?
And you're going to be screaming outside in the patio while he grows up? You don't think he's going to hear it?
Like, I would at least admit if I had kids, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get them woke. But you gotta go make sure they don't go crazy with it. You know what I mean? You got to get them where you got to give them the same. Yeah, I would treat my kids the same way we do this show, where I'd be like, I make sure everybody gets a little bit of a beating once in a while, but then also highlight positives about people, so the kid doesn't grow up being like the moon and the Jews and the fuck.
King N-word 1/8 says he's red pilling toddlers.
Some bad men tried to kill a very good man, and then 3 days later, the very good man came back to life, and that's why we have. Or came back from the dead, and that's why we have chocolate. And he said, of course. And I was like, of course. And that was, I'm trying to really instill that Easter is about that. And he's like, but chocolate. I'm like, the very good man who came back after the very bad man hurt him. And I did not say
wow, he has small hands. I can't stress enough how small his hands are.
Juice. It has nothing to do with that at that age. Is the reason that you can have chocolate. And
it has
we
everything to do with that with you, Owen, all the time.
Of course.
It's it's like if there was a light switch in his brain, right? Like most, you go in a room and there's down is off, up is on. Owen has a light switch in his brain, and it's literally just Jews moon.
So this is him outside.
Looking good. Looking sharp.
I'll read a couple just people in chat because there is no super chats anymore, which is fine.
It's totally cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I love my new apartment. I think it's rad. Like, I first of all thinking of getting one of those like those beer keg taps up in here, like a little mini bar thing. I'm loving it, dude.
Here's another weakness that I don't think people picked up on. The reason he goes, I'm just going to read stuff from the chat since there's no super chats anymore. Owen can't do a show without the chat. Like, he needs it.
Oh, yeah.
Because he'll hit a roadblock and he'll just sit there. He needs it. So now he's reading an open chat.
Which no
more members only.
I almost think anyone at some point will hit that wall. But he people like him, and who's another one is Baked Alaska. Baked Alaska has always been a guy that just read his chat, would just catch things in the chat and react to people saying things because there is no firing it up and going in your own direction.
Of course,
it's literally just I only am an NPC and can only react to the options you choose in the bar. And that's what you're saying. Like but he needs it. Like, I'm guilty of that. You're guilty. Sometimes
of course.
You're like, what else you got going on? Oh, what do I think about the? I forgot about that. Let's bring that up. But this guy is just all the time like, so what else?
What else, guys?
I hope you guys are having fun. I know I'm having fun.
Yeah, you look it.
Anybody want to say anything that I can read?
He's getting mad at them for not saying things. He's getting mad at them for not saying things he can read. Owen fans may be the most abused fan base on the planet.
Yeah, it's the ones I was saying this the other night when we were talking about it on Nightwave. It's like, why do you do Owen more? And I'm like, because we did it originally to get under his skin and fucking break his balls, but also because we wanted to show people that we're vulnerable, that maybe he is a retard, that you're not only a retard, but just an ungrateful, arrogant, mean-spirited retard who's just stealing from you. So we highlighted that, and it's like getting people out of a cult. You shake the tree, and some lemons fall, and some of them don't.
Right.
But after a while, you could hit the tree with a car, and there's some that are just going to be on there because they're not ready yet. And there's enough people. Like, any lemons that were going to fall off the goddamn tree, we got. As far as trying to help get people away from them. Whoever's left at this point, you can't help those people.
What are you going to do? Yeah.
Those are the people pouring gasoline on on their own doorways and being like, we'll burn alive in here, fuck them.
No one should feel sorry for you. I'm disabled and I don't do a GoFundMe. You still use your Hollywood sleazy tactics. You're now banned?
Well, there you go. That's really funny.
But this is from Johnny Arcade for people that might want to.
I know. There's a lot of.
There's a lot this week.
He's been having a rough Easter.
Yeah, it's not been a great weekend for him.
Understand, when they come for people like Crowder, it'll be a similar situation. Crowder can't talk to me anymore.
Crowder.
I've crossed lines that Crowder can't associate with. And so when they come for him, and he needs, people that still have a voice, which I will always have because I have no backers, what am I going to do? And I like Crowder. I think he's a good guy. It's just when you're part of that machine, once you bring in Glenn Beck and seven-figure, endorsements, you don't get to make your own decisions anymore.
Well, he's not wrong about that. I will agree with that sentiment he's making. Yeah, that's not a bad point, but it's not that you were an edgy boy. It's that you went fucking nutso, dude. There's a difference.
And then when people come for you, there's no one left to help you. And it bummed me out because me and Crowder used to do some great comedy.
That's very arguable.
Did you never post it online?
Very arguable.
Did you ever post any of the good? Did you keep it in a vault? Because all the stuff I've seen has been fucking hokey and terrible. It's not funny.
I don't know. The Chinaman one was pretty.
That's the worst one.
Oh, I have a car, Chinese.
That's really, you're right. You know what? Now you turn me around on that.
Me not a homosexual at all.
KKK says, what is the future of Owen Benjamin? I mean, what is it going to happen to PewDiePie's channel in 50 years? I stay up thinking about these things. The future for Owen? Trimming trees at some point.
Chris Benoit.
Some trehab.
By the way, Mob Tech in the chat said, did good comedy. Lies!
But, you know, the moon landing stuff and criticizing Israel, he can't associate.
The moon landing stuff had nothing. Again, the moon landing stuff wasn't why he couldn't associate with you.
Yeah, there's some batshit crazy shit that they will let you babble on endlessly about on the internet, and they'll never come for you.
With me anymore.
And by the way, it wasn't Israel. It wasn't like you went, hey, man, I really criticized a couple policies going on out there in Israel. Pretty fucked up. No, it's been 4 months of Jew. These fucking Jews, goddamn Jews. Months and months of 5-hour-long streams. Thumbing your nose at the bosses and giving them advance.
And
like
the titles, too, yeah.
It's eventually, sorry, but it wasn't the moon stuff. You can do the gay level, the entry level of conspiracy theories until the cows come home, and they're never going to come for your channel.
Robbie Don't Care says, how much do $5? How much do you wager George will be found hanged from a lat pull down station? Jesus Christ!
With a Bible next to him. Yeah. Oh no! And oddly enough, for some reason, Owen also knows Chavo Guerrero and is texting him.
Does his lawn work? Got it.
Surprised he hasn't done like a slam video on me. And I have no beef with the guy. None. You know, like a lot changed when Glenn Beck got in that situation. And it's like, we were just comedians, dude. We're just comedians.
Was Crowder really a comedian, though? Because, again, in my experience, comedians are funny.
And, you know, when all his people left, you know, like the computer German guy and all that stuff, and I was there on
the computer German guy. The computer German guy.
What is he talking about?
Sven Computer. He called him the computer German guy.
Plane the next day to have his back.
You notice that's a theme? Can I point out another theme with Owen? You notice he never knows the names of the underlings.
Oh, he can't be bothered. He can't be bothered.
He's the guy. Remember when he did that Sandler movie? And we can all agree that he was probably on the very upper end of the nobodies on that. Like, it's like the nobodies crew. You're basically an extra, right? He's the kind of guy that probably was on that set for a day and didn't even bother to know the names of like the production assistant. And you're a glorified extra. But I bet you did know the name of the production assistant and the food people and all that. Motherfucking Adam Sandler. There's a reason why motherfucking Adam Sandler is a success, and there's a reason why motherfuckers like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson are a success. You think everybody goes, "The Rock is the nicest man who ever lived," and I'm like, I'm sure he's very nice, but much of that is just a guy being self-aware and almost borderline sociopathic and going, I make sure I know everybody around here.
And he is nice. I've met him twice. I met The Rock twice.
He is a nice guy.
He is a genuinely nice man. He doesn't feel like he's rushed. He looks at you in the eyes when he talks to you.
And I bet you Sandler knew it, but I bet you he's the kind of guy on the set of that stupid Sandler movie who probably would be like, oh, no, the food guys or whatever. Like, he's that kind of just narcissistic trash.
Somebody said they miss Not Gay Jared. Hey, I like Not Gay.
We love Not Gay Jared. And by the way, I'm mad that I lost my Twitter account, but, like, I would bullshit with him on Twitter, and he's, by the way.
Oh, I sent him a message to follow your new account.
We're cool now.
Perfect.
But without even... Not Gay Jared is a very funny guy.
He is.
And he's one of those guys that...
Funnier than Owen Benjamin. I'll say that right off the bat.
Leagues above
He
Owen.
is way...
and he's one of those guys that behaves himself. So he's always saying stuff like in private. Like that's just... And you're like, that's fucking hilarious. And he's like, I figured you'd enjoy that. Like, no, because he's a nice guy and he doesn't like to... You can tell he's the kind of guy that doesn't like to pick on people. But man, when he's got a good burn on somebody, he'll go privately to one person and be like... And you're like, fuck, that's brutal. That's hilarious.
He's a funny
dude.
dude.
All right, Not Gay Jared's the man.
Funny dude. I did ask him. I was like, hey man, and I mean this. Like, you really should start a show. Like, you're funny. You know, you and maybe Sven Computer. And he goes, more of behind the scenes guy. You know, that's that's what he started out as a producer. But you know, it's like the behind the scene producer guy's funnier than Owen Benjamin, funnier than Crowder.
You know who we team up then?
Who?
Fucking Not Gay Jared,
Chris
Harrison
B.
H. Smith.
Sorry. Oh yeah,
And
perfect.
then Chris B.
And then Chris B. has
a
third mic.
To lighten it up.
Yeah. Yo, dog, I'm gonna freestyle real quick.
Hell yeah, the Greek debt is really fucked up. How they even gonna pay that shit, man? That's crazy. You know what though? Chris B got the fat stacks for Greece, and then Not Gay Jared has to be like, that's fake money.
That's not real money.
Man, fuck you.
Oh fuck. There's a lot of people that have theories as to why gay in the chat room why gay Jared was gone. I give credence to none of them, but I will say some of them are not far off. That I could say.
But I will say this: he's very good at making funny jokes that are like really like the kind of thing that like you and two other people, and you go, God damn, that's funny, dude.
Somebody says bring Not Gay Jared on.
Happily.
Of course, he's always welcome.
You know what's funny? Somebody said that to me once on the Nightwave comments. They were like, "You should get Nick Mullen on," and I was like, "I can assure you that any lack of Nick Mullen on this program is not due to any lack of enthusiasm on my part. I can assure you that if I could get Nick Mullen on the show, I would fucking get him here in the studio.
We hear it all the time. You guys should get Trump on. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, we'll get the president on. Hold on.
Yeah, absolutely, I'll give him a call.
Yeah, I'll get it right now. I can't associate with Alex Jones anymore, so I'll go on your show. You guys still on YouTube, right? Sorry.
It's like when you don't reciprocate, it's on you. It's not on me. I don't need his help. But like when I got demonetized, when I got kicked off PayPal, like there's no call from Crowder. There's no help there because I've crossed political lines. And friendships can't last. You know, like communities, camaraderie, that stuff can't last when if you say the wrong sentence or you associate with the wrong person, you're cut out.
Kind of the way you treat your fans, Owen. When anybody criticizes you, you out them from your community. What bothers me the most is that he has no self-awareness. You know, it's like you get rid of people all the time. You out people from the community. You made up a lie that somebody sent poisoned candies to your kid. Like, you're the one doing these things. You're not aware of that? You're not this fucking truth seeker, Owen. You're not. You're not. You're a time bomb.
Yeah, all you've got left is your family, and that is, trust me, hanging on a thread.
Now, this is from, again, Johnny Arcade. Amy hired a dog trainer to train Owen. Check this out.
You know what? Before you even hit play, I already know what he's going to say in this, and trust me, I heard some of it, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, this actually helps me with my trying to hit my time with 8 days left. This was the clip where I was like, you're going to get a fucking divorce, dude.
I realized that my wife and the trainer are both wearing these knee-high leather, like, riding type boots that look vaguely Nazi. So I have these two women that are both wearing these very authoritarian boots. And I'm wearing like an Unbearables hoodie. I'm all unkempt, just standing there with my giant white dog, George. And we both kind of look at each other realizing that we are being trained. And that they're like talking about how, you know, you give them a leash, like a long leash, and you know, you make them forget that the leash exists, so you can see how they actually act. And then when they go out of the circle, you just kind of yank their head, and then over time you rewire their brain until they always look to you for what they can do. And so, and this whole time I'm looking at the boots, and I'm looking at the big white dog, and I'm looking at how I'm literally standing there. And I'm realizing that the training is not just for the dog, but for the human male. And I started almost getting a little.
This is
I was starting to give a little pushback where I'm like, yeah, but what if the dog wants to fucking do what the dog does? What if the dog bought the couch?
This is psychosis. Could you?
Whoa. Sorry, I have to ask because I want to make sure I didn't mishear this.
Oh, he said, what if the dog bought the couch?
So what he's saying is that
he's rubbing
he's using the dog as a metaphor for him and his wife.
And he's using the fact that he earns the money to almost kind of roundabout threaten his wife. Or at least put her in her place in his mind.
And then people look at me like, the trainer and my wife are like, how would George buy the couch? I'm like, well, what if George worked hard for the couch and maybe he wants to jump on the couch? It doesn't really matter what you think.
You're paying a dog trainer and you're fighting with the dog trainer about your couch?
His poor wife has to just constantly be embarrassed and beaten down. And just, you know what I mean? Like that is the kind of thing where your wife goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Can somebody... The Bears that are left all have to be in the same psychosis as him at this point. At this point, the amount of stuff that's come out.
Well, that's what I was getting at earlier.
Yeah.
You can't save the people that are in now because you're just completely retarded and you won't leave because this is a home to you.
Yeah. And also, it was a little emasculating when the dog trainer, a woman, is like, yeah, I mean, the dog just needs a lot more like alpha leadership out of his owner. And they both kind of look at me and I'm like, we're friends. I respect his space. And so then the more I look at these women in boots and how they're treating George, I realize they're right. That the dog actually wants very direct and constant dominance.
Owen.
He's doing good.
Owen, are you the dog?
He's the dog.
Owen, are you the dog?
I think he wants to be dominated.
Owen, are you the dog in this situation, bud? Is that what's happening?
And it's just like, And it's like, no. And then you get it to where you can leave the door open. You know, and I learned quickly because I was trained by this trainer so that I could train my dog. So I open the door, and when George starts lunging at the door, I just knee him in the face.
That's not what the trainer
The trainer-
said to do.
the
The
trainer-
trainer probably specifically advised against something of that nature.
No dog trainer is going to tell you knee your dog in the face.
That's literally
There's
what
a
you have to
reason
do.
why they explain to use the leash. He literally just explained them explaining why the leash works. Because they get used to, okay, I'm not supposed to be this far away from my owner or the property. And now you're like, nah, I just knee him in the face, though, man. The leash is all the way inside.
Mitch goes, I guarantee the trainer said, don't do that. Don't knee the dog in the face.
Specifically requested the opposite of that.
And I take my fingers like this, and
Sorry. Ajax the Wolf goes, Toto alpha move.
Did you see Mitch's other comment? When I took Sterling to obedience school, the first thing they said was, don't knee them.
I just jab him in the side, and then he backs up. And
The
you
whole
get
point
into
of a leash is that you're not in any way getting aggressive with your dog. Your dog is doing something and going, ow, I fucked up.
Exactly.
Okay. And then they go run again. And
They
like,
think they're
"Ow,
doing it to themselves."
I fucked up. I
Correct.
got to stop doing that. But if you're just like, whack, GSP, like, Vox Day.
You took it. I was going to say
yeah.
Fox Day.
But, back fist, forward fudge. Forward kick. Somebody in the chat even brought that up. You do that kind of shit, and it just eats your kid. And you're like, what happened? Why did my baby get eaten by my dog?
point where
Somebody goes, Owen Benjamin now sounds like the impression Mersh does of Owen Benjamin. It's true.
It's fucking life imitating art right there.
you can have the door open and you're just kind of doing your own thing. It's all about the energy where you're just like, he's not the focus. And then the door's open and he doesn't even go towards the door, and that's when you can walk to the door. And as this is all happening, I'm just realizing that Amy is completely taking notes about how to deal with me. And that eventually there will become a time when the door will be just left open and no one does anything. It's also how you treat farm animals. So a lot can be learned from that. Dogs understand hierarchy. I know, and there's a little bit of a judgy vibe when everyone looked at me that the dog wasn't getting enough alpha dominance and that his leadership was weak. And I'm like, it's man's best friend, not man's tyrannical employee. But then I realized I wasn't doing George any services.
So now I knee him in the face. I can't imagine any dog trainer would.
I've had situations. Do I still have? Yeah, I got a scar right here. Very bad scar that I still have to this day because a giant bulldog, not a pit bull, but a bulldog, bit into my hand. I was just badly trained, and I was furious. I had to go get a tetanus shot to go to the hospital for that. Trust me, that's the closest I've ever wanted to fucking punch a dog in the face, and it was while it was still latched onto me. But even then, you still just rip your hand out, and you're like, But I've never wanted to just beat a dog. I've always shouted them down because I have a powerful voice, and they feel just as bad when you do that. And it's that way you're not abusing them. I've yelled at dogs and had them go under furniture. Like, he is furious. But this guy, man.
By not, at all times, giving him something to do, showing his boundaries, making him feel valued in his boundaries.
Yeah, and if you don't do that, if you can't even do that with your dog, your kids are fucked.
Yeah.
The only kids that do well in this world are ones that you keep busy and you stay engaged with and has two parents that one is always with them and bothering them. Even though all the shit that we hate about our parents as a kid is all the shit that they really need to be doing. All the shit you resist as a kid. They're sitting there and doing your homework with you and fucking being annoying and making you eat vegetables and making you take karate even though you hate karate.
Yep.
It's all shit to keep you from getting on the internet and reading fucking, siege memes and shit and becoming a fucking mosque shooter. The best way to do it is to fucking, what he's saying, and he's not going to do it with his kids. His kids are going to be fucked.
$2 in the chat. Roseanne has some choice words for Owen. Yes, we're about to play that now.
She did.
Brent says, thoughts on Roseanne calling out Owen. Doctor, Roseanne called them out a fag. Yep, we know. I need clout. Please shout me out. Pop Vulture Inc. Give Pop Vulture Inc. attention. I am shouting him out.
So I was at the hotel this weekend. I was in Tampa, and it was a very nice little bar on the rooftop right on the river in downtown. It was very nice. Wasn't pricey, but it was nice. It was just a nice, because Tampa's a cheap city.
Yeah.
Especially when there's no major events, no games, no hockey, nothing. It's cheap. But I was staying there, and this video popped up on my suggested, and it was just while I had some downtime, and I'm having a smoke, and I'm having a drink outside, and I see Roseanne calls Owen a fag on Easter, and I'm like, okay, this can't. And I had headphones in. I turned so many heads at this nice little quiet piano playing, and I just people just turning around. I'm like, I can't help this was all these worlds converging, and I couldn't help it.
All right, well, here it is.
Okay, there's the Armageddon vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck that fag, Owen Benjamin, talking about growing carrots and women aren't funny, bitch. I wish you could think as far ahead as me. I'm taking my vehicle to go get me some smokes.
I love her.
Happy Easter.
By the way, we can all agree, she is a shit show of a human being.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't make me not love Roseanne.
Oh, no, I love Roseanne.
I'll never not love Roseanne.
Yeah.
Have to.
So, yes, she called. We can hear that again one more time, just to see.
Okay, there's the Armageddon vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck that fag, Owen Benjamin, talking about growing carrots and women aren't funny, bitch. I wish you could think as far ahead as me. I'm taking my vehicle to go get me some smokes.
That is a great ending to that, by the way.
Her saying that is funnier, and she's not even trying to be funny.
Right.
Her just saying that is funnier than anything Owen's ever done.
I agree 100%.
Get me some fucking smoke. But again, I saw that because when I clicked on the link, I was at this quiet spot and I hit it, and I'm thinking, okay, she probably says something in a vague context and describes them, like most people, roundabout. Certain people out there lately been, talking about farming, people that talk about the moon and Jews a lot. Well, I'll tell you, you're a fag. I hit that, and all I hear is, that motherfucker, Owen Benjamin, you fag. I'm like, I love her. I'll never not love her, and fuck you.
Olive Dane says, Owen, $10. Owen is beyond help. George needs a new home without a crazy drunk throwing elbows and empties at him. Davey Crocco, $2. Owen learned terms gamma and logos and won't shut the fuck up about them. Agreed 100%.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget wizardry. That was another Vox thing. He just copied.
OJ's White Bronco. how much has really changed in the last 4 months? He's still ranting, still isolated from his in-laws, and still having donations issued. No, not much has changed. We do have to go to break. RevengeOfTheSys.com/XPN. That's pro-XPN. That'll get you protected on the internet. Don't raw dog on the internet and get some fucking computer aids. If you want to help us out directly, RevengeOfTheSys.com/donate. Best way is on there. There's a link to our Patreon, patreon.com/We'reNotStar. Become a patron. That way you know how much money we're getting every month. It really does help us out a lot. But any way you donate, of course, is very helpful. And if you don't have any money but still have to shop on Amazon at RevengeOfTheSys.com/donate, there's an Amazon banner. If you click the banner and then shop like normal, we get a little piece of whatever you're buying. It really does help out a lot. We will be back in 5 minutes. Revenge of the Sys.
The most exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Sis. As Royce and Mersch continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk long. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersch are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Sis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
For this performance in Delaware.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now, and that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week, you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. Short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity, containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan. In a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio, Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
I am the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. I am a thatched roof cottage in Wales. I am the best of Great Britain. I am British Caledonian
what's your return
Ale.
policy there?
30 days, no charge.
Ooh, 30
right.
days. Sounds fair. My goodness, Dennis, this feels good. Feels good in my hands. Oh, good, my kids are
I
safe.
saved everyone!
Yeah, my yard's protected.
So, of course it feels good, but that only proves our point even more. We'll take 2 of these,
Yeah.
Gunther.
Great. I'll need your licenses for the background checks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can drive, you can kill.
Oh, Christ, look at this.
That was fast.
You've been denied.
What? That's ludicrous. Why?
It says here you have an extensive history of felonious behavior.
There have been incidents, sure, a few minor indiscretions, but, I'm simply a person of interest in most of those cases, all right? And being wanted for questioning are very, very, very different things, Gunther.
And you've been institutionalized.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, one time, for a short period of time, that was against my will. That doesn't even really count.
It's the only time it counts, Dee.
Okay, look, it was like a teeny thing that happened with a college roommate. It was really no big deal.
It says here you burned her.
I burned her, yeah, I burned her. But she was so annoying. I mean, she deserved it, okay? She was wearing my stuff, and she was copying me, and...
You were copying her.
I was copying her, she was copying me. It doesn't matter.
Look, I'm sorry, but I can't sell you the guns.
Oh, well, look at you. Oh, Gunther, the morality king. Hi, I'm Gunther. I've never lit anybody on fire before. You light one bitch on fire and everybody freaks out. Oh, you son of a bitch. It was one time and one thing.
Relax,
Second hour, Revenge of the Sis Monday show. Thanks, guys, for staying with us, and thank you for not kneeing your dogs. Please do not take any sort of dog training advice from Owen Benjamin, as it may cause permanent damage or the dog to be pissed and bite your fucking neck out. So it was Easter. It was Easter yesterday.
More like Ishtar, thanks, buddy. The Pagans.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware, Dave.
I don't know why I think Chris Hansen's a pagan.
Chris Hansen, the pagan, would be great.
We set up a pedophile house in a pagan neighborhood. We caught over 300 people in a neighborhood of 50. See, that was a joke.
They were actually driving in.
See, that'll get them mad.
Fucking kids like the Catholics do. The priests, they really fuck kids. And then, by the way, real quick tangent. I forgot to mention this.
There's more Catholics.
But whenever,
that's what they always say about white shootings and stuff. Well, more white people. Yeah, doesn't work when you use the argument again, huh?
It's they always bring that up, like Christians, Mike and I have never defended priests that fuck kids.
No, I barely defend any bad actors in religions.
Yeah,
but there are a lot of nice Christians that just want to go
to church.
The thing. And by the way, when there's a pagan holiday, right? And y'all are talking about your winter solstices and your fucking all your fucking planetary weird sun holidays. I've never jumped in to be a buzzkill. Ever. If it's Ramadan, I don't jump on some Muzzy's page and get all fucking Debbie Downer with it. It's not shut up.
Freeze goes, the black pagan, Robbie Don't Care says, don't punch Norse.
That's funny.
Very funny.
But yeah, it's like you can make fun of people, but the difference is I don't break their balls on their sacred holidays. But they always seem to have to, actually it's Saturnalia. Shut up!
Let me read these super chats real quick before we move on. Dr. Whitey Bulger was Roseanne whimsical enough for Owen. Robbie Don't Care, $5. Owen grabbing at George's collar. He's lifting him up, belly to belly suplex. Oh my God! ECW. The moon. Owen thinks bunnies lay eggs. Okay, well, Owen's kind of a dumb man, so don't hold that against him. Speaking
Yeah,
of
I do. I
bunnies-
will, to answer your question though. I don't know if it was whimsical enough for Owen, but if you ask me, Roseanne was pretty motherfucking whimsical.
That was whimsical AF,
Gotta
dog.
go get some smokes. I just want to hang out with Roseanne now.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of you.
You want to smoke weed with Roseanne
You guys
in Hawaii?
You guys want to hear a phrase you'll never hear me say in my life again? I'm actually jealous of Dilly and Laura Loomer.
Because they
got to go smoke weed with Roseanne. Like, I'd kill for that. I'd be like, fuck yeah, Rosie, I'll bring some bud.
And it was Easter, Mike, it was Easter all over the country. All over the world, really, and everybody celebrated differently. So, Eric, for example, I invited Eric Fernandez. I'm like, hey, man, you want to come over and watch Game of Thrones? I can't, man. I'm with my family tonight. We're going to go to Mass. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. But don't forget.
Some of those Latin Catholics do not play.
No.
I bet he didn't even want to be there, but it's just one of those families.
I'm going.
I have to
I'm
go.
going.
I will not hear about it for the rest of the year.
But again, remember, this is still Florida, and specifically, this is still Orlando. Easter Bunny gets in a brawl. This is in Orlando, Florida.
Easter Bunny, chill.
So there's two people fighting, and then the Easter Bunnies are beating up the guy that's on top.
Oh, this is funny.
I got it on, bro. Yo, bro, I got it on, bro.
Hey, Easter Bunny, yo.
I got it on, bro.
This is amazing.
Oh, and a cop shows up.
Easter, Bunny, get on there and see it.
Fucking cop is looking. Can you imagine being that cop? You're already a bicycle cop, so nobody respects you anyway.
Yeah, that is. By the way, Orlando not usually submitting many submissions for the Florida Man stuff, but this is
Florida.
great.
Yeah. So he's in an Easter Bunny costume beating up another guy.
Orlando is generally one of the less embarrassing cities, but
Yeah.
man,
They're still fighting even with a cop there.
Yo, it's Easter Bunny.
And I didn't realize that Homie from Monsters in the Morning was your third mic. That's probably what. And you know what? Chances are it might be because a lot of these dudes go and have to work other jobs.
I'm trying to see if there's a laminate. I don't.
I'm trying to see too.
He was shaking.
Oh, look at him! Nice. The bunny's shadow boxing.
By the way, the bunny's got good form.
Yeah, did you see the bunny shadow boxing?
He was shaking. He was shaking.
That is amazing.
This is the best part of this.
You pissed the bunny off, man.
The bunny started shadow boxing.
And again, in a bunny suit, that's pretty impressive.
This is better than the fighting part. The celebrating is the best part.
I feel like I'm playing like some kind of like a WWE game or boxing game, and I've just installed way too many mods. This is like the weirdest Mortal Kombat mod ever, and you're like, I guess that the Easter Bunny's in it now.
Nick called it Easter Holyfield.
Brutality.
He was shaking. The Easter Bunny was shaking. He was shaking. Bro, leave it alone, bro.
That was clearly a homeless guy too. Clearly a homeless guy.
So I gotta be honest again. Orlando never submits things for Florida Man, but at least when we do, we impress.
Yeah, we go over the top. We have to.
I think too. Like you always talk about how Disney spends all this money to just hide everything about Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
But this new digital age, like they're
It's
gonna have a
impossible.
very hard time preventing embarrassing Florida, like Orlando videos from getting out.
Yeah, Disney's very good at that. Like I talked many years ago, and this is actually a well-known fact. Like Disney, nobody's ever died, and this is true. This is 100% true. No one's ever technically died on Disney property.
Of course not.
So the way they have it is that the ambulance, the emergency services is Ready Creek. And Ready Creek is Disney. It's their city. It's the same city. So they basically have their own paramedics, and they have this weird agreement.
I remember Ready Creek. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember we used to drive through there.
So they Ready Creek, they have this agreement with the paramedics that they never pronounce people dead while they're on Disney property. They wait. I mean, people have gotten beheaded. Like, there's people who've died, and they wait until they're at the hospital or almost at the hospital.
What a hilarious loophole!
It is
to be honest,
weird
it's,
thing. Yeah,
it's like that's so weird.
Isn't it weird? It's very weird. For a long time there, up before 9/11, there was no actual Orange County police in Disney, or there was no police. Their only police force was Disney security, which really couldn't do anything. Like, if you got into an accident, they would write the report and all that stuff. And Disney wouldn't allow cops.
I remember that
in their theme parks before 9/11 because they said no, we don't allow guns, or even if cops come with guns, we don't allow them. So now, of course, after 9/11, of course, they have to let.
You
them
have
on.
to let anti-terror and stuff. They want them there because it's Disney World. Yeah.
So yeah,
and it's free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we're like, oh, we get free guys in SWAT gear. Let them in. But even now, they have to hide. You're not going to see those guys in plain sight. Like, if you go to New York City, they're just everywhere. There's just anti-terror cops every 2 blocks. But in Disney, they're there, and you will not. I'm sure there's dudes with MP5 machine guns that are hiding in bunny suits. Just a Mickey with a fucking gun, just ready to go.
They usually have like what they do is that there's like the stores in the parks. Because you walk into these theme parks and the stores are pretty wide open, and you see like maybe 2 or 3 employees in there when there's a bunch of people in the stores because it's Disney. But they'll have undercover police officers dressed in like Mickey stuff and just look really touristy outside of all the stores, so you never know who's a cop.
Like, I totally don't know that guy is a cop.
Daniel in the Streamlabs, what are some of your guys' favorite albums other than Will Moffitt? And Will Moffitt's also get Roseanne on the show. Yeah, sure, we'll get her.
We'll call her. Right.
Yeah, I'm calling. As we speak, I'm calling her.
Did he say albums or bands?
I think he said albums.
Fucking
Johnny Rebel. Johnny Rebel's greatest hits.
Johnny Rebel stuff, yeah, of course. No, I like. Goddamn, what kind of genre? I mean, you're all over the map there with that.
All Eyes on Me from Tupac.
Life After Death by Biggie.
That's a good one.
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by the Smashing Pumpkins. Well, I'm picking out a lot of 2-disc sets here. I don't know.
36 Chambers.
Agony and Irony by Alkaline Trio.
There you go. There's another one.
Believe it or not, Take This to Your Grave by Fall Out Boy, and I eat a lot of shit for that. But Take This to Your Grave by Fall Out Boy.
Appetite for Destruction is one of my favorite albums.
I'll give you an Appetite.
You got to get Appetite. It's not the spaghetti incident. Somebody said Styx.
36 Chambers.
Yeah, I just said that one. Yeah, that's a.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
36 Chambers is absolutely.
Jack Johnson. No, I'm kidding.
A little band called Nickelback.
G.G. Allen.
The Moon, $2. Owen thinks Bunny's lay. I already read that. Daniel Channing, you missed the Streamlabs. No, I didn't. I just got it. Take that, dog.
Johnny jumped the gun over here.
RB, €5. Thanks for the great show every day. Thank you for surviving Europe and try not to get raped.
Thank you for your service.
So did you see this new Ancestry.com commercial? And this is really an Ancestry.com commercial. Check this out.
Abigail?
So it's a white man with a black woman back in colonial times, you would say?
Yeah.
We can escape to the north. There's a place we can be together. Across the border. Will you leave with me?
Without you, the story stops here. Abigail Williams.
Uncover the lost chapters of your family history with Ancestry. Get started for free at Ancestry.ca.
Yes, Mike?
I'm going to try not to be too spurgy here. So I'm not even going to address the distinct and continued anti-white slant in media. I'm not even going to do that. But can I look at this from a practical standpoint?
Sure.
Wouldn't this be really predatory at its time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'll get you your freedom. You have to come with, you gotta bang me. We're a couple now, but I'll get you out of here. Like, wouldn't that be like telling a girl in prison for life, like, I can get you out of here, but you gotta fucking suck my dick and fuck me forever? Mm-hmm. Deal? Like, am I the only one that thinks of that?
It's a very Thomas Jefferson thing to do.
It's weird, yeah. Like, you can't fuck non-slaves? That's a little weird, man.
That rhetoric, oh boy. Why would you intentionally try to find something shameful in your family history?
Wow. Wow. That's brutal.
Oh, fuck, man.
Wow,
yeah.
I do love the hysterical title of this video, though.
Oh, yeah, Ancestry.com, interracial propaganda goes too far.
Goes too far!
This is from Atlanta Black Star.
Don't get me wrong. I am sick of these city folk making commercials where it's obvious they don't want white couples. I'm sick of that, too. But you people are also hysterical faggots sometimes about it. Relax. Stop it. I hate that.
Oh,
It's gone too far. Shut up. Yeah, it's annoying, but you know. Relax.
Donga Wave. My new name is Dongus Maximus. I'm a pagan now. Praise Odin, my dudes. JK, just keep up the great content, guys. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, so, you know, Ancestry.com, that's what they're doing. What is the point of any of this? Why do they have to push this? Everything now is SJW, right? And every time, you know, we talk about it all the time. Every time you go woke, you go broke. Every time. People get mad and they stop using it. People don't want their fucking shit always to be politicized. That's why TV's dying a horrible death. Outside of HBO or cable stuff, like TV's dying a horrible death.
And it is dying, and I'll tell you this. This is another thing, because I don't really watch TV. I'm always plugged into the internet.
Right.
But you're at a hotel, just watching TV, just regular old TV. The budgets, the quality of actors, it is so... You don't see that unless they are in very dire straits financially.
Right.
I was watching, like I was flipping through, and you'd see like a cop show on. But it was just all nobodies on the screen. They were all terrible actors. And I felt like I just zoned out for a second. And it felt like I was watching a Mad TV parody of like a cop show, of every cop show trope, but the jokes never came. It was like I zoned out for a minute. I feel like, am I watching a sketch about this?
Oh, wait. Apparently, Black Star Atlanta are a black nationalist channel. They are probably mad it isn't a white female and a black man.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still spurgery, but let's do this. What is the title of the video again?
Oh, I don't know. I just closed.
Ancestry DNA and anti-white propaganda gone too far. Damn.
There you go.
See, it's the same
Way
thing.
better. They didn't say damn at the end. That's why we didn't know.
Damn. If they had done that, you would have been like...
But you're right, man. TV is dying a horrible death. Why can't we go back to things like Cop Rock? Now, for those who don't remember Cop Rock was a show where cops would rock. Mike, you remember Cop Rock?
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm a cop, and I'm about to rock. I'm about to rock your socks off. You like deep dish pizza and hate beating up minorities?
So this is Cop Rock.
He looks like such a Chicago cop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it was in New York, I think. 1990. It was 1990 when this show came out, and it was a TV show where police officers would, be real crimes, like think SVU. But it was also a musical. This song is called I'm Not a Racist, But.
Some party you got yourself, kid.
Oh, yeah. Franklin, man. He's the greatest.
Let me talk to you for a second.
Sure. Well, what is it?
I want you to know that I'm the last person in the world to judge somebody by his car.
Well, what's color got to do with anything?
I hope you don't mind.
No! Why?
You wanna come on,
Why?
man? Why are you? Can you give him a shot? This would happen. There'd be real talks, and then they just start singing.
If you don't mind, a word to the wise, man to man, some friendly advice. I mean, it takes all kinds.
I love ice. Just listening.
You know what? I'd be that guy. I'd be like, is this guy singing?
Why are you?
We're having a conversation.
You're singing. Sorry,
okay, well, I guess just finish the
another
song.
draft or okay.
That's okay by me.
Serve other customers.
But I bet there ain't no roses in your family tree.
Of course not. I got you. 1 second. One second. I got you. I'm just.
Who's playing the
He's
guitar?
singing.
Did somebody come with a guitar to the bar?
There's some guy who like looks like Fabio because it's that era. Just. What is this?
Cop rock.
I get
People
it.
talk too much.
In movie
I
theaters.
hear a thing or two. They say your other half, he's got an attitude. I've been around the block. I say a man's a man.
I'm actually bothered. No, by how serious the guy's taking it.
He's just so. He's like, you're right.
Taking this very
This is
serious.
terrible.
Like this is like the singer is just really like going for it.
But some folks just never gonna understand. Don't get me wrong, I keep an open mind.
But if one of these coons date my daughter, it'll be the last time.
Know what's what when your butt's on the line, and when you need a man to cover your back.
Make sure that guy isn't black. They're often late and have a low credit score. Jesus, dude.
Blue is blue, and black is black.
And he did the look over the shoulder.
Real bright kid. So let me set you straight. You want
Most of these black people remind me of, I can't say it, but you get it. You
A
get
high
it.
percentage of them are guilty of rape. Dun, dun. During the Crown Heights riots, things got nuts. We said just let them kill each other and we'll sweep up at the end.
I'm sorry, man. I'm running out of time. Did you know 13% of them commit most of the crime?
Well, Crown Heights riots were full of crime. It took 3 days to respond because we didn't know which side we were on. I mean, I don't know. You want to let them go at it for a couple more days? I mean, we can say we got lost on the way. Say the bridge was closed. I don't know.
Why are you taking this seriously, Mike?
You're right. No, you're right. I'm the asshole.
Oh, fuck.
to cover your back. Where blue is blue.
1350. 1350. That'd be a great song.
Oh, fuck. Somebody asks, is that Mike's dad?
Honestly,
maybe.
Not far off. My dad wasn't a portly man, but kind of, he was actually much taller, kind of brolic motherfucker, but the face, a little bit like a lie, kind of in the face.
To cover your back. Where blue is blue. And black is black.
The crime rate is clearly getting bigger, but I, for one, blame them.
I can't do that. You can't do that.
You can't do that
No.
joke? All right, well, okay, fair enough.
You're a real bright kid. So let me set you
Danny's saying, they're good at sports and have big dicks. They have multiple kids with multiple chicks. Oh, fuck.
It's like, they're gonna rob you, so keep open your eyes, because the FBI crime statistics don't lie. Solo. That's not. And
Fuck.
subscribe to Beauty Pie. Fuck.
Okay, come on, guys.
Grow up.
This is like fucking really heartbreaking stuff here.
Grow up.
straight. You wanna get ahead, you'd better clean the slate. I say to each his own.
And I mean their own neighborhoods and communities and businesses and schools.
Separate but equal wasn't a bad plan. Now my daughter's dating a black man.
You know what, though? Honestly, if my family reunions at Thanksgiving with all the cop guys in my family were actually set to music, this is what it would sound like. Gotta keep your eye on these people.
Owen Benjamin blames the Jews. I, for one, blame the coons. Cop rock.
You're a real bright kid.
Now let me suck your cock. Let me take it down.
Go to the bathroom. You don't even have to watch.
What if this guy's just mad because he's getting cuckolded by a large?
That's what I'm thinking.
By a large.
That's what I'm thinking.
A large Jamaican gentleman with a nice accent and a thick, veiny cock, and he's just drilling.
Oh, fuck.
He's drilling fucking Lieutenant Thompson's wife over here. I mean, and on the like, so bad, right? That when he comes home from work and he wants to fuck her once in a while, and he can actually feel just how much things have been moved around down there.
By the way, not many people know that Nobita only watches cop rock. That's why he's the way he is.
And then his wife tells him, like, no, you know, I just been cleaning the house and taking care of the kids while you're at work. And it's Dollar General Sipowicz, Freeze one called him.
I like that.
So then Andy Sipowicz over here comes home and he feels how much his wife's guts have been moved around by this huge Jamaican fucking, this fucking Jamaican guy, right, from the Bronx who works in a Dwayne Reed, but he gets out of work because he's always out solving cases, trying to get the big case solved. So this guy comes and just drills his wife so much that he comes home and she lies and says, I haven't been fucking other men. But he's like, clearly I'm a detective and my cock detects that your vagina is much bigger than it was.
AC Frick goes, I've been a cop all my life. Now a nimmer fucks my wife. I said nimmer. I said nimmer.
I didn't see the comment. I just heard a nin. I'm like, well.
Set you straight. You wanna get ahead, you'd better clean the slate. I say to each his own. I say what's right is right. So don't you put no black in your black and white. Don't get me wrong, I keep an open mind.
Except though about these, just cuts to one of those test pattern feeds. And you're like, what happened?
What's what when your butt's on the line and when you need a man to cover your back? Well, blue is blue and black is, well, black's just black.
Now watch. Get ready. What do you think his response? He's mad.
This guy's gonna be like, "How dare you, sir? Get out of my bar."
Oh no. Oh.
You know what I think?
What's that?
I think you're a real jerk.
Whoa!
That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for, sir.
By the way, in 2019, this man would have been beaten. They would have called in an entire unit to rip that bar apart, and they would have made up 19 felonies for this asshole, and you never would have heard from him. Hey, enjoy prison, fucking pretty boy. You fucking bleep lover. You like that shit? You're gonna get plenty of that black cock in jail now, fucko. Sticking plungers up his ass and shit, just for saying jerk.
And then he walks away. Now, Mike, I know what you're thinking. Royce, did they solve the homeless problem? You bet your ass they solved the homeless problem. Look at the old-time police cars, too.
Sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Can I just point out, Trent
Sure.
Taylor in chat said Mercer would still be asking this Spurg for his drink for a preference. Yeah, look, you ain't got to leave, but what do you have? You got to buy something to stay.
Come on, man.
I'll listen to you bash N-words all night, but you got to buy something, sir.
For the love of God.
All right, you know what? I'll have a Jameson double. All right, yeah, I'm going to have one, too. So what were you saying about the blacks?
Yeah.
It's not that I wasn't into it, but, sir, you know, it's a 2-drink minimum.
So they're tearing up a homeless encampment.
Move on out of here. Come on. Hey, this is the free country, ain't it? I mean,
Man, how great would it be? How great was it when police used to do this?
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
free. The streets are free.
Sir, I'm not arguing with you. Just move on out. Come on.
Is this a free country or what? That's it, officer. Move that garbage on out of here. Come on.
Yeah, hey, I don't know if you know this. I'm going to grab a slice of Zod, famous Rays, because I'm from New York.
I'm serving gyros over here. They're chasing off my customers.
He turned the dice there at the end.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's great.
Oh, sure. The stormtroopers is here to deport us again.
The stormtroopers, jackbooted thugs, man. So again, remember, half of these episodes are talking and there's a plot line, and then all of a sudden,
Yo, ready to move out, sir.
All of these people should have just been led over a cliff without their knowledge.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
I love it. I gotta say this to their credit, because this is all horrible.
They got good singers.
But their transitions into it are very well.
they
I'm
are.
like, okay, you know what? I didn't even see that coming. Very well done.
And this guy has a good voice, believe it or not. He does. He really does.
Young Amy Schumer, ladies and gentlemen.
I kind of feel they're that good at singing and choreographed dancing. They get a job on Broadway, right?
Imagine the cops just turn and go, why the fuck are these people homeless? No, they're doing a Rent new thing. It's just a scene for Rent.
That's what he said. You imagine you're a rookie cop and you're like, hey, why are they singing? Are you guys pranking me? Are these homeless people? Did you set this up?
There's choreographed singing and dancing in the street, right? Don't you need a permit for that? Yeah, but only shoot the black ones.
Okay, sounds good.
We gotta, keep our fucking heritage and our history in check.
Thanks,
here.
Captain Deedle. You got it.
It's the same guy from the last video.
Yeah, he's still there.
Only shoot 13% of them.
Save your bullets.
I'll leave it up to you to decide with 13%. The ones that look like the targets back at the fucking station. You know which ones. Oh, fuck.
Hoes in my pockets, hoes in my shoes. I'm down my luck and I need a place to stay. Lord, there must be a better way.
Can I just
Yes,
point
Mike.
out, there is a much better way. It's called not being a smack addict. If you do that, right, then you wouldn't. I could have been a smack addict at some point, but I saw the
might still be one later.
The general themes of it, and I was like, it's a lot of things you all seem to have in common like this. Here, it doesn't sound nice.
And STDs. They also have those in common as well.
Well, that too, yes.
It's the love of the jungle when you're living on the street. I'm tired and I'm hungry and I don't know who I am.
I drowned 3 of my kids in the tub, and here I am.
Because you're a fucking dopehead, lady. Wait, that guy's like pretty famous now.
Yep. Good eye.
That guy's mega famous now.
Yeah.
So is the black dude though. The black cop. I've seen that guy everywhere too.
There's a few people on this show.
Man, it's like everybody thinks it's like, man, it's Hollywood. It's like a cabal, and you're in or you're I got fuck kids to get in. Like, no. Some people have had to eat so much shit doing embarrassing.
Some people
like,
had to be on Cop Rock.
This old Jew, they were like years ago, he's just getting an acting. They're like, you're gonna have to sing and dance as a homeless guy. And you're like, I'll take it. I'm not gonna get my sand caught unless I take it.
And I think that we should finish off this Cop Rock segment with the intro. I think the intro should have, but the intro's better left.
Can't we let Mega Famous guy go? Because he looked like he was about to sing.
No, he doesn't sing.
Oh, that's a fucking bummer, man.
No, but that proves your point even more. He's just that dude's just a kind of a background homeless guy, and now he's a legit like
he plays a Jewy guy in a lot of stuff.
He plays lawyer in a lot of things. He's a lawyer in a lot of things.
Bad lawyer. He never plays the slick
bad
lawyer.
Guy lawyer. Bad guy lawyer.
No, not bad guy, but like the shitty one.
Yeah,
the underdog lawyer. It's always like, I don't know. I got all these books. My client, I don't know what's like a public defender level lawyer.
So this is the intro to the TV show Cop Rock.
This is pretty dank.
Oh no! Wait till you see who sings the intro.
Of course,
Randy Newman, baby.
Of course it is.
Randy Newman.
They were beating minorities in the face with a stick, beating them in the face, sodomizing them with a plunger. Yeah, sodomize them with a plunger. Find out he don't even have a gun. Fucking Randy. Goddamn Newman, I love this. Of course he did. Shoot the darkies, make sure they are dead and can't through the city.
The original song for Toy Story was "You Got an Aryan Friend in Me," but they made him change it.
Oh shit! This is the crescendo.
This is
the greatest thing. Randy Newman speaks to me. I love Randy Newman.
Of course. By the way, Will Sasso, best Randy Newman impersonation.
Greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Buy the 13%, new 50 of the crime. Filling up our prisons, drain on our resources. Holy shit!
Randy Newman's new song was "Slavery Worth It." Come on, Randy.
It's one lyric. Yes.
It's a 1 second song. It's too short to upload to YouTube. It's too short.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I love Randy Newman, though. The thing is, I only like Randy Newman because I think of Will Sasso. Like, I don't think I would have ever had the appreciation for it. Like, people don't realize sometimes, like Dave Letterman was classically a guy that when people imitated him, he got like furious and blacklisted you from the business. Like, you gotta sometimes somebody does a really goofy parody of you and it becomes like how much did all the people doing Christopher Walken help Christopher Walken? They just signal boost you. So I think I just love Randy Newman because of Sasso, because it's just, oh, fuck.
Oh, Jim Edwards got a good point. The song "Short People Have No Reason to Live" used to be "Black People Have No Reason to Live," and then he changed it with their crammy fingers and their ashy hands.
When all that's left is a photograph, not one golden moment in the sun. Doing what had to be done, living under the gun.
Under the gun.
Doing what had to be done. Like stop and frisk, which you out on, but you do work.
When the streets are dark and bare, not a sign of comfort anywhere.
It's a long intro for a show.
We fought on the wrong side in World War II. We're like, whoa, Randy.
Come on, Randy.
You're Jewish, Randy. You can't do this.
Smokestacks were put in after.
It's hard to be a Jew songwriter who's also woke.
The 6 million was a lie we had.
Property values. Oh shit, man! I love Randy Newman.
You call it, I will be there.
So Jim Edward goes, Roy, you want to talk about long intros into shows? Hey, we weren't on Fox. We weren't on network TV, stupid.
Most rape kits go untested because it's not a glamorous crime. And the policemen would rather bust in drug dealers so they could get helicopters. Fucking stupid assholes. Fuck the police. Fuck them.
Under the gun.
If you told me that, like, Dusty Rhodes' father, right, banged a Jewish woman, and Dusty had this, like, half-stepbrother from, like, across the world, like, and it was Randy Newman, I believe you.
Yeah.
He's like a Jew piano playing Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, piano baby.
Exactly. I just say silly things, Daddy. Make a lot of money.
Russell goes, Randy, work is work, Newman.
By the way, Vince, my kids are going to avenge me, baby. No more polka dots, baby. By the way, he's not like Randy Newman sounds like a retarded person, right? And his songwriting abilities are extremely limited. He's like the equivalent of a dude that like has one leg but somehow wins a Super Bowl. Like one of those guys where you're like, he's just so charming and good at it. He just got good at this one thing, leg or not. He just dove into piano and playing hacky songs. And my goodness, Randy Newman, he was like the Luis Guzman of music playing. He never turned down a job.
Yeah, good reference.
That's like that.
Luis
the
Guzman
Puerto
is
Rican
in a
actor
million movies.
who's never not in 50 things a day. And you're like, where does he get time? Is he cloned? But yeah, he's like the Luis Guzman of like piano playing Jewish guys that write jingles. Like he just didn't matter. It could be Oscar Mayer, could be a TV show, could be dude. He's the kind of guy that nowadays you could probably find him on like one of those like gig sites for like quite a few bucks, and he would just write you a jingle. They hate trans children.
Well, he's actually, someone said he did the intro for Monk. I never watched Monk, but apparently
he did. I didn't watch Monk either, but I've watched shows that were on before
Monk. Beach Doctors.
and then you hear the Monk theme and go, oh yeah, I'm not watching this shit.
What was your favorite show on USA? Beach Doctors or Handsome Lawyers?
Actually, to be honest with you, the first season of Beach Doctors wasn't bad.
I didn't see Beach Doctors.
Yeah, Royal Pains.
Yeah, Royal Pains.
That was actually pretty okay for the front, but you could just tell you were like most USA shows. It's like hooker sex. You're just kind of like, well, this was. Well, I'm done now.
Remember that show that was on USA that was Mario Lopez riding a bicycle? Like it was a bike.
Pacific Blue.
Pacific Blue.
Pacific Blue. I know all these.
Oh,
bro,
man.
you could quiz me. If there was a terrible television Jeopardy, I would murder. I would slaughter people with my bare hands on that show.
Pacific Blue.
Okay, that was taken from obviously
Yeah,
a
not
Spanish
American,
language station
where they just started airing this.
who felt the need to dub over Pacific Blue. With this Pacific Blue.
Alan Powell. I like Burn Notice. I was a fan of Burn Notice.
Yeah, y Burn Notice, y Pacific Blue, Royal Pains.
Jim Davidson.
And by the way, you know, right there, you know that at that time, this was like, they were like, this guy, man. We got fucking plans for this guy. The 90s were littered with Jim Davidsons, right? Like every show had a guy that looked like him, and they're like,
Of course.
we're banking millions on this
On
guy.
Jim Davidson?
And then like by 98, everybody's like, we've lost millions.
He's even has a generic name. Jim Davidson.
This looks like the opening to Son of the Beach.
I love that show.
That show was so bad. None of these people ever came back. Yeah, remember Mario Lopez didn't even get like really big billing in this.
No, he is in it though. Marcos Ferez.
This actually, I think, might be one of the later seasons when they got rid of him when he left.
What?
When he got too big for his britches.
Wait, Mario Lopez got too big for Pacific Blue?
Yeah.
No, I can't believe that.
Yeah, see, Pacific 2, maybe there's... I don't know, man.
Whatever. Yeah, it was a very specialized show where it was just cops on bicycles.
It was really bad.
Kind of like, remember Thunder in Paradise, the Hulk Hogan show, Thunder in Paradise?
Come on, how can I forget? It's one of the greatest.
Thank God that the bad guys were always aquatic based.
And it was like, oh, well, because it was honestly, it was usually an excuse for these fucking film crews to get a little bit, these producers to get a vacation in.
Yeah. They were always water based.
Yeah. That's why all those grown-ups movies are basically just Adam Sandler and his fucking rich buddies going on a free vacation that Paramount pays for.
Well, speaking of good singers, we were talking about that. Motley Crue sounds like Bob Dylan now. Somebody put this together. Check this out.
Before you even hit play, I gotta say, when they were doing the tour with Aerosmith, when I heard they were on tour now, I was like, dude, when they were on tour with Aerosmith, which was quite a few years ago, he sounded like shit, Vince Neil. So I can't imagine it's gotten better. Wow.
Is he even saying words here?
This is what look. This is what happens when you live the same lifestyle in your 50s and 60s that you did in your 20s. You got to understand, like Royce was saying this off the air with each other. You know, there's guys that age that are still performing at peak.
Yeah.
But they haven't been drinking, smoking, doing blow, hanging out titty bars, smoking cigarettes all these years. Like, so they can still perform. But when you're just fat, bloated, drunk guy, you're just like, ooh, let's try to power through this. Probably feels like he's dying right there. Oh my God, this is so dude, the crowd, like there's only like 5 hands going up. Like it's, even his audience is just so old. They're like, woo.
He's not even saying words. Is this Jack Black?
Oh, skibbity blow.
Exactly.
Kickstart my hort.
He's not saying anything.
He's so out of breath.
It sounds like when a Sims talk.
No, he's winded, but that's what it is. Like if I just went running around this block like 10 times and then came in here and started an argument with you, I would sound hilarious. Be like, yeah, you give me you say that house. Like, what are those words? Go sit down in a cool room for a few minutes and then come back.
Math Little John goes, still better than Blink 182.
I don't know. Skiba Blink 182 was pretty cool.
The Moon says, I think Blues Doll should animate the show reboot. This is a PSA for liberal arts majors, also from the Moon. Keep on.
Who? How? All right, can somebody do me a huge favor? And I think Royce already knows what I'm about to say. Somebody please add subtitles to this for us, please. Can somebody just take this video and add fucking subtitles of whatever you think it sounds exactly like.
Yes. We'll take all the submissions and we'll play them.
Scow!
Put the link in there.
Zow! They sound like fucking Batman TV show noises.
Pow!
Kablam! Zow! What are you doing? Shubal, Himahaba. It sounds like he's doing it for a Japanese audience.
All right, let's do something. Okay, so the next line.
The
next line. Let's see if we'll guess what we think he's saying. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Looking for another good time.
Looking like a fucking fan.
Oh, mine was looking like you're having a good time.
Okay.
Maya! Oh, I heard Maya too, so that was it.
That or Haya, but yeah, Maya.
I heard Maya! Hitting the pledge. Tweedledee-dooga-dagga-foo-la-lee. That's what I heard.
Kinamana cinnamon main.
He said, fucking, he sinks like the genie from Pee Wee Herman.
This would be like if I were in charge of the show and I were making money off these shows, I would send it to a team up there, like an EMT. You check on Vince. Make him count 1 to 10 and then 10 to 1. And if he's all right, you can let him keep singing.
If you could walk a straight line.
We're still summer hot, never stop in the sun. The two keep summer hot,
Somebody said they thought they heard Hitler did nothing wrong. I don't think that's what he said.
He had nothing wrong. Might as well, man.
Ookie Dow, ride a high.
That's not good.
That's what I heard. I heard Ookie Dow, ride a hide.
Remember the movie Nell? You remember the movie Nell with Jodie Foster? She played like the retard that lived in the woods. How does you don't remember the movie?
No, I really
Nell?
don't. I'll watch it now.
All right, so Nell was this movie where Jodie Foster and her twin sister, like they were born and then they like their mom died in birth, but their parents were like cabin dwelling doomsday prep types that didn't even teach them anything. So they were self-raised orphan twins, and they didn't speak. She didn't speak language. Like so, the twin dies, and then they find Nell. Right, Nell just speaks like they made this made up like
gibberish,
Esperanto type language with their twin sister. It's really fucking funny. But that's what Vince Neil sounds like.
Never touched. Isolated by a language no one else can speak, awaits a mystery called Nell.
Never encountered any of the images of the modern world? Never seen a car, a television, a gun, a Hershey bar?
For a man of
Is that
medicine...
Liam Neeson?
It's Liam Neeson.
That's Liam Neeson?
Liam
I've
Neeson.
never seen this movie.
Liam Neeson was the doctor that like tried to reach out to Nell.
She's a discovery he must
She spoke
protect.
like buckwheat from she basically talked like buckwheat from the
Little Rascals.
Little Rascals. Thank you.
There's no one else in the world. She doesn't need anybody.
For a woman of science, she's a challenge to be studied.
She's been completely isolated. A blood test will pick up childhood disease.
You said she can talk.
Yeah, but it's some kind of language of her own.
She talks to me. I didn't ask for that. She did.
If she's ever going to leave that cabin, she's
They
going
may
to
not show any of her babbling in well, they got to, right? They have to at some point because it was like the big selling point of the movie where she's babbling.
Well, she doesn't presently.
Story about a wild woman.
Once word gets out, we might as well start selling tickets.
So what do, huh? Build a wall around the woods?
It's time to show her the big bad world and see how she handles it.
Okay, there's got to be a clip of her talking.
Yeah, there's got to be a Nell clip. You might have to do a Nell. It's got to be a clip. By the way, Jodie Foster shows her tits in this movie, and they're pretty. No, they're pretty gnarly.
They're not
She
great.
had pretty. No, she had pretty good tits. Like I meant gnarly in a good way. She has some nice titties.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what it. But imagine if it was all hopped up on coke and trying to hit high notes. It's the same thing. Ha! Chickens out! What are you doing? He's having a stroke.
KK.
By the way, you motherfuckers, this is why we have a good show, and you guys can talk all the shit you want about this show, but this is the only show in the world where you're gonna get like New Japan Pro Wrestling and Nell references.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself.
And Cop Rock. KKK $5. Gen Xers with no children and disposable income ruined all entertainment funded by these Frankenstein projects. Very specific, but thank you. Thank you very much. Let me see if we got any other Streamlabs. And it is about time for us to wrap up. It is past our time. $2 from Michael. I love you, crazy fucks. By the way, you must do something on episode 3 of the new Twilight Zone. It's absurdly anti-white. People cringe. And Auto Shed. There are YouTube channels with better production than 99% of TV shows. Look at Alex Steele, Savage Geese, and Townsend. It's better than TV. Thank you guys, by the way. Mike, is it going to be the return of Nightwave tonight?
Oh, you're goddamn Skippy. I'm going to say this. I very much enjoyed my little time. Yeah, but I am really hyped to today was good. I'm fucking hot. Tonight's going to be good. Hyped. We're hyped. This week's going to be hype.
Hype. I'll be back tomorrow.
Hype.
I'll be back tomorrow. Hype. With Daywave Live. Daywave Live, youtube.com/Daywave Live. Go ahead.
Hype.
See? We will see you guys tomorrow with a brand new Daywave. Hype. Please stop saying hype. All right, guys. Take it easy. See you tomorrow. Revenge of the Sith.